If you're thinking about moving to Minneapolis, Minnesota, in this video we're going to show you around Wayzata, Minnesota. I'll take you to some of the neighborhoods and to show you some of the different price points of some of the different homes so you get to see what may fit within your budget. If you stick around to the end, I'll share with you the best kept secrets of this neighborhood that you definitely don't want to miss. And we're getting after that right now. Of Minneapolis with a population of 4,365 people. Wayzata in Hennepin County is one of the best places to live in Minnesota. Living in Wayzata offers residents an urban feel, and most residents own their homes. In Wayzata, there is a lot of coffee shops and parks, and many retirees live in Wayzata. And residents tend to lean conservative. The public schools in Wayzata are highly rated. Niche.com gives Wayzata an overall grade of A for places to live. It is located 13 miles west of Minneapolis. So you jump on 394 and head right into town. So it's due west of Minneapolis. It is about 22 miles from the airport, or about a 30-minute drive. There are numerous Fortune 500 companies listed very close to Wayzata, which makes it a great place to live. Some of those are Cargill, Polaris, Carlson Companies, U.S. Bank, General Mills, Target, United Health Group, Best Buy, and Polaris, just to name a few. Academics, it gets an overall grade of A+ from Niche.com. It's best for college preps, ranked number 1 out of 406 schools in Minnesota. There are 9 elementary schools in the Wayzata School District, 3 middle schools, and 1 high school. The high school is the largest high school in Minnesota with 3,523 students. Outdoors, there's plenty of outdoor activities to do in Wayzata. They've got 2 great country clubs, Wayzata Country Club and Lafayette Country Club. And then, of course, you have Lake Minnetonka. So if you're into, and it's downtown is located right on the lake. So during the summertime, there's boating, fishing, swimming, and sailing are activities that are prominent during the summertime. And during the wintertime, of course, there is ice fishing, cross-country skiing, snowmobiling, pond hockey. So there's plenty of things to do in the outdoors. As far as shopping goes, Wayzata downtown has tons of high-end stores. And then there's also the Ridgedale Mall, which is about 5 to 10 minutes from Wayzata, where you can do all your shopping at the mall. Athletically, Wayzata is ranked 11th out of 428 high schools in Minnesota. Their youth sports are very, very good, both boys and girls. And they have great facilities for their kids, from Little League softball, football fields, hockey arenas, basketball, and the football stadium at the high school are top notch. Real estate, Wayzata gets a C+ grade for real estate, and that's because it is expensive to live there. The average price for a home in Wayzata is almost $1.6 million, and the median price is $1.1 million. So it is not cheap to get into Wayzata, and that is because the schools are so good, the athletics are so good. You live right on Lake Minnetonka. You got an easy commute into Minneapolis. All those things that make living in Wayzata so positive is why the real estate prices are so high. All right, and that gives you a good idea of what Wayzata is all about. Now we're going to take a drive around some neighborhoods and show you some of the houses. This is your first time in Minneapolis, Minnesota Real Estate Market Channel, and you want to know everything about living in Minneapolis, Minnesota? Then subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Minneapolis, Minnesota. My name is Trent Seaman with eXp Realty. I get calls every day from people just like you. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, feel free to reach out. So all my contact information is in the description box below. I'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, today, we're going to take a closer look at Wayzata, Minnesota. All right, we're at our first neighborhood here in Wayzata. As you can see, we're Nice quiet street, big, huge, mature trees all around. Still have some leaves on them. There's a few with the leaves on them, but not many. Nice quiet street. It's a circle. So there's not a lot of people driving on this neighborhood except for people who live here. It is a community here of just ramblers, single floor guys, and this brings us to our first property here. This property right behind me. We got a 5-bedroom, 2-bath, about 2,100 square feet. They're asking $595 for that. So this is, about as cheap as you're going to find in Wayzata. We're real close to downtown. We're 2 minutes from downtown. You got a bunch of shopping malls just to the north here on 101. So you can hear a little bit of traffic from 101, but it's nice and quiet in this neighborhood. But you're real close. You get to all your shopping, all that stuff to the north. Then downtown Wayzata is down to the south. But again, we got 5 bedrooms, 2 baths, rambler, just like all the houses in this neighborhood. $595,000 for this guy. So now we'll take a drive around the neighborhood and show you the rest of it. Around the neighborhood. All well kept yards. Big trees, so you know the neighborhood's been here a while. Two-lane highway is right to the right, and that's 101. That gets you to more shopping to the north and to downtown Wayzata to the south. And you're also right by Central Middle School here, so you're real close to that as well. But this is a community of ramblers here. But this is the opening price point to get into Wayzata. Again, garages are in the front of the house here. There are no alleyways, but again, there are very few cars parked on the street. We're in the Benton Avenue neighborhood. We're actually on Benton Avenue in Wayzata. Downtown is just at the end of the street. So this is a very highly desirable neighborhood to live in. As you can see, there's been a lot of remodeling to houses done here. So they've taken all these houses and modernized them, built onto them, added them, or knocked down old houses to build new ones. You got big, huge, mature trees. You've got a dead-end street, so the street is very quiet. Big, enormous trees. Really cool remodeled houses here. So this is a very, very highly sought-after neighborhood. And that brings us to our second house of the day. That is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,600 square feet. Classic Cape Cod, but totally remodeled, redone. All new updates. Really cool house. They're asking $1 million for that. So that's a good price point for Wayzata, and especially on the street. So this is, again, Benton Avenue. We'll take you around and drive you around the neighborhood, but beautiful homes here. Big, huge trees all throughout. Very, very quiet because it's dead end. So you're not getting cars coming through here unless you live here. You're coming here to see somebody.
It's a nice, quiet street. Beautiful. And again, this house is really, really nice for $1 million. Now we're going to take a drive around the neighborhood, and I'll show you the neighborhood.
All right, we've gone down the end of the cul-de-sac here, and now we're going to drive down to Benton Avenue. Again, just about everything in here on this street has been redone, rebuilt, reconstructed from the existing house and made into something a lot bigger and more practical for today's use. There's a house we just looked at on the left, and you'll see here as we come up the street there are a bunch of beautiful homes that have been remodeled, and there's construction going on down towards the end here of the street of houses that are been either knocked down and they're going to fully remodel here, as you can see here on the right. Right there. So that's Benton Avenue, and I'm going to drive you into downtown so you can see how close we are to downtown. There we go. Well, now we'll drive into downtown. As you can see, you're just across the street. For the most part, very easily to walk downtown and enjoy all these shops and restaurants that we're about to hit. On the left there are some very, very expensive condos. They're at the end of fall here, so most of the leaves have fallen. But now we come into downtown, and we're right on Lake Minnetonka. So Lake Minnetonka is on the other side of those buildings, and you'll get to see it as we drive through here. So this is downtown Wayzata. All really cute high-end shops and restaurants on both sides of the streets, and on to the left here on the other side of these buildings is Lake Minnetonka. We'll see it up here. And Schmitz. And on the left is the lake. There is Lake Minnetonka right out there. So you get an idea. Downtown Wayzata sits right on Lake Minnetonka. I'll go back the other way. right, you've got a bunch of great little restaurants, mom and pop stores, hardware store, everything that you need. And then up by the first house is where you'll get your supermarkets, all that kind of stuff. And that winds up our tour of downtown.
All right, so we're in our next neighborhood here, and we're just a couple streets over from Benton Avenue. Downtown is just right across the street from over here, the street right there. So downtown's just, we're real close to downtown. And as you can see, there's a bunch of new construction going on here. And that gets us to our next house, which is a custom new built home. Looks like they tore down the home before and then built this huge house right here. We are looking at 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, about 3,600 square feet. And that is this house right here to my right. They're asking $2.175 million for it. Again, new construction, right downtown. Get a little bit of noise from 12 right there, but you're right next to downtown, so primo location. You've got a lake just the other side of that crane down there is a little pond or lake there as well. Again, mature tree neighborhood. So even though they got all new kind of construction here, this was not flat land when they came here. They came and they took houses down. Like these two right here will not be here much longer. So whenever they decide to sell, those will be torn down, and then somebody will come in and build something like these guys here. So that's what you see a lot here in downtown Wayzata. Let's take a drive around.
So now we're driving through the neighborhood. On the right is the house we just talked about. You see a bunch of construction going on here. Really nice neighborhood. Reminds me a lot of New England. Houses are not crunched together, plenty of space in between homes. But lots of houses have been built and knocked down and built back up again as we're driving through huge homes here. There's one that's being done right now as we speak. But you can see you got the older homes mixed in here with these brand new big huge monsters that are being built. But very pretty, lots of big trees. You got a lot of cars on the street, but that's just from the construction of the new homes. No alleyways, all the garages are out in the front here. Lots of building going on here. Brings us to the end of this tour.
That wraps up our video of Wayzata, Minnesota today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, Wayzata is a great place to live. That's why it's so expensive to live. Very cute downtown, as you can see. Great schools, Great athletics, tons of stuff to do in the great outdoors with Lake Minnetonka being right there. So I hope you've enjoyed it. This has been Trent Seaman from Seaman's Real Estate Solutions, your anchor on your voyage home.